know why it is that I always wait till I have no makeup on and my hair's wet and I have no good lighting to film. Why is that? Anyway, starting this week's vlog, I have been busy today. It is Saturday and I released my crochet and play spring robin pattern on Etsy this morning. Actually, I did it at like 11:30 last night, but that was 12:30 on the East Coast. So technically, somewhere in the United States, I did wait till Friday to release it. Sorry, I'm in the living room and there's a lot of commotion going on. But not only did I release my crochet and play set, but I also released a tester call for my PatChick Mahomes pattern. And so that is up. I need to choose testers by tomorrow. And I also started writing the pattern and taking some pattern photos for my love bug. I found my new least favorite part of pattern writing, which is taking progress photos. I'm so impatient. Anyway, I'm done with that. I'm tired of doing like working things. So I think for the rest of the evening, I want to use some of this yarn. I think I'm gonna use this. This is one of the Bernat speckle colors. I think I'm gonna use this to try a little mini chubby cow pattern from the Cozy Stitch. It's like the Chubby Buddies or something. I bought the cow one last year sometime. I think I'm gonna try this for the cow body and maybe this baby sand for the spots. I am playing some serious yarn chicken here. I have a couple more rows to go on my cow. And this is how much yarn I have. I hope I can get it. You guys, I won yarn chicken. He's so cute. I also altered this pattern. So the original pattern has little arms like up here, and I did not put those on. I just added bobble stitches to the underside. Gave him four little hooves there at the bottom. This is how much yarn I ended up left with. Guys, it is Sunday and we just got home from church a little while ago. The Super Bowl is today, hence I feel like everything I own is some kind of Kansas City related sports team shirt. But I had so much fun crocheting this guy last night because I didn't have to stop 400 times and take pictures of the progress to report for a pattern. So I think I might sit down and make another one in some other colors that I have, just because he turned out so cute. And also I've learned to like carry over the yarn when I'm color changing, so I'm not having to stop and knot off the yarn so many times. And that made this a lot more pleasant because it does have the color changes for the spots. So maybe I'm going to crochet another one of these before we go to my mom's for the game. So I kind of created this color combo, which I call pumpkin spice, and I made a whole bunch of things in my pumpkin spice colors over fall. But it's combining the wood, I think this is woodland tweed. It's got like oranges and browns and creams with the orange leaf from Bernat. And I think I might make a cow with these two. But I also got hit with an idea for another pattern, which I don't like. I don't like writing, but okay, or publishing, I guess, just because it's fun to write my own. This is a great angle. It's fun to come up with designs, but it's not fun to write all the tedious little details of how I put it together. Anyway, so remember when I made this little hatching chick with, I think this is Stitch by Nanette's little mini chicken, and then I made an egg. I just kind of freehanded an egg, which I'm wishing I had written down what my stitch count was for this egg now. What I think I want to do is make a hatching egg with an Easter bunny inside. So I want to make an Easter egg with like pastel striped colors for the egg, and then do a little mini bunny like this that fits inside the egg. Okay, I'm not doing the cow. I'm gonna try to make a bunny, a mini Easter bunny that can fit in an egg. Wish me luck. Also, this is continuing using my scrap yarn project. So I'm using this. I don't think I'm going to be playing quite as much yarn chicken as I was last night, but this is some kind of like cream variegated baby blanket yarn from Bernat. It's super soft, so it kind of struggles to hold its shape, but I have at least gotten started on my little mini rabbit. And then here's a little bit of white scrap yarn I have left that I'm going to use to make his tail. Okay, I had to move out to the living room because Jake is trying to nap next to me while I'm crocheting. But look, Gen 1 baby Easter bunny. He's so little. Okay, so let me show you how he fits in the egg. Okay, so here is the chicken and egg that I made when I was making my chicken set. And if I take him out, I put my new little Easter bunny in here. I gave him a little tail. Okay, if I put my Easter bunny in here, he fits okay. It's kind of loose around the base, and then it's a little bit, let's see if I can close him in. It's a little bit too big for the egg, so I'm gonna have to make the egg a little bit taller. But this is going to be another opportunity for me to use my scrap yarn. So I found this bag of like smaller scraps of yarn, and I have a longer like lavender, this peach color. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this because it's kind of snagged. Do you see that? It's not in the best condition because I was trying to use it to make something earlier and then it sort of fell apart. And then I have this teal. These are all like super Eastery colors. And then in my yarn cart, here's more scraps in here. I have this robin's egg color, so that would be a great Easter. I have this, this is Bernat baby pink. And I also have this pink yarn that I got off Amazon. I forget what the brand is, but I like it. So I have these scraps to work with to make an Easter egg that will fit my mini bunny. This is turning into something really fun. Okay, I've used my lavender scrap and I've made it through 2 rounds. I've run out. So we are going to switch, I think, to this teal for the next couple rounds. I ran out my yarn chicken of my little scrap I had and done right before I finished my round. So I cheated and got more of this color that I had in my yarn crib. I am realizing I really wanted to do all of these fun stripe colors, but because this is going to be hollow, I didn't realize I'm gonna have to weave in all these ends, and I'm regretting having all of these different colors out. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, this is how my bunny in an egg is going. So this looks really cute, right? It fits him really well. And then I tried to make the top half. So I made this. It's got the little hinge in the back. This kind of looks like a boob. Then when I put it on here, this egg shape really isn't the best. We have too many similar rows here that just like deforms the egg. Although I need that many rows. It's supposed to be an Easter bunny hatching out of an egg. I definitely need to tweak this pattern. I also need to make the hinge so this connects, but this is at least a start. Oop. I really love this little bunny even just by himself. He is super cute, so I want to make some more of these, but now I just need to figure out how to make the egg that he fits in.
He is really cute.
Hi guys, it is Monday and I'm still repping my Chiefs, even though we got absolutely destroyed. Destroyed last night. And it makes me definitely sad because all my testers are testing PatChick and then he just dropped a bomb. Although it wasn't all his fault. Our offensive line was just like in shambles and their defense just played out of their minds. So anyway, it's fine. I still love the Chiefs. I will take getting to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, even if last night was not a win. Anyway, I did stress crochet during the game. And I made another cow, my pumpkin spice cow. So again, this is woodland tweed and orange leaf. And then I used Premier Basics Chenille Brights in the color, oh dear, is it caramel? I think it's the color caramel. I used that for the horns and the hooves at the bottom. And then I used Bernat Almond for his nose. And I think I might do just your standard white and black one. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there's themed colors and animals for each season. In the springtime, the theme are like pastel colors, which this is not pastel. And then like farm animals, because you think of like Charlotte's Web and the springtime pigs and the like the baby chicks and baby bunnies for spring, like being born in the spring. And so I feel like farm animals are a spring theme. And then when you get into summer, I feel like it should be more of your bright colors and like jungly animals, like exotic animals like flamingos and zebras and tigers and fun, bright colored, jungly themed monkeys. And then as you go into fall, I feel like that's more of like these colors, like the muted earthy tones, and woodland animals like foxes and bears and deer and those kind of things. And then winter, I just feel like everything's Christmas. And then you have your like Arctic animals like penguins and such. But all of that to say, I think I want to build up my farm animals for my spring markets. Good morning. It is Tuesday and I am working on another cow. I'm on a cow kick and it's so fun because, to be honest, when I first made this pattern, it took me so long that I didn't enjoy making it, especially when I was making, you know, trying to market prep. It just took me forever. And, but since coming back to it, I've really enjoyed making them now. So far, I've got these 3 made. Pumpkin spice, this is another speckle color, and this traditional black and white. And now I am making a solid, this is the shade Almond in Bernat. It's kind of like a very light beige color. My neighbor posted a reel about, you know, wanting to buy a mini cow. And the cow on the video was so cute. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna make a crochet version of that cow. So if I can like screenshot a picture from the reel, I will, but the cow is this really light color, but has a brown snout, ears, and hooves. Oh my goodness, it's the cutest. So I'm gonna try to make that with the same pattern, and I might add some hair and just make her look a little bit different than the others. The good thing is, because she doesn't have spots, I don't have to do nearly as many color changes. I'm sorry, I have, my 2 oldest are out with their grandma and grandpa, but I have the 2 little boys who are also the loudest home with me. I told them to go play in the guest room, but it still is not, it's still not muting them. So sorry. Sorry if you can hear them still. Anyway. Does anyone else use yarn scraps for your stitch marker? I find this is the most useful thing because it also helps you know the beginning and end of each round throughout your whole project. Of course, you can't really see that because my stitch marker is white yarn and this is really light colored Bernat yarn. But I'm using almond for the body, and then I'm going to use either baby sand or this Premier Basics in caramel, I think, for the snout and the feet and the ears. I haven't decided yet, but I will show you this when I'm done. Also, I still haven't come back to my hatching Easter bunny yet to figure out how I'm going to do the egg, but I'm also waiting for a shipment of 10mm eyes to get in so I can start making and market prepping some of my littler, like I kind of want to have a section of really small things like these pocket frogs. I would like to make a whole bunch more of these guys. I want to make some more of the little mini chickens by Stitch by Nanette. If I can make a bunch of these guys, also have the 10mm eyes. So I still need to figure out the egg on here, but I just haven't had the motivation to sit down and do that. Also, my testers for PatChick have gotten most of them have sent me their final pictures. So I'm hoping to get edits done on that pattern and release it on Friday. I was hoping that my Chiefs would be celebrating a Super Bowl, and so I could release it like on the parade, the Super Bowl parade day, but you know, that obviously didn't happen. But I think PatChick will still do well here in my area, despite our loss. Okay, that is all. We'll check in with you later. I am playing the biggest game of yarn chicken ever, and I think I might fail. I'm making a second Easter bunny. He is about 4 stitches wider than my first one, and this is all the yarn I have left to make 3 half double crochets and a descend. Can I do it? Good morning, guys. It is, what is today? Wednesday. It is Wednesday, and Luke, or Will, I always switch the names of my 2 youngest all the time. I should probably just switch their names legally because of how infrequently I use their correct names. Anyway, William is still sleeping, so I'm gonna try to do this before he wakes up. I won yarn chicken. I literally had enough to like close the top and weave in my ends, and I don't have any more of this color yarn, which I really want to go to Walmart and buy some more of this yarn, which is funny because I have had this skein that I just finished for months and months and months. And now I want to make a bazillion little bunnies. So I also finished his Easter egg. So, all right, here is the little Easter bunny that I finished last night with yarn chicken, and here is the first one I made. And as you can see, this guy is a lot fatter. He's got about 4 stitches more around than this one, and the reason for that is that my first egg shape, if I would keep this size bunny, I feel like the egg, with him fitting snugly in it, the egg was way too narrow and weird looking. So here's my first attempt at an Easter egg, and when I put him in there, he fit perfect. But then when I continued with this size of an egg to the top, it made this weird, super weird shape. So this was my first attempt at the egg. And then I was like, okay, I need to make the egg wider to keep it looking like the shape of an actual egg. But if I make it wider, then the bunny is not going to fit snugly in there. So I decided to also make the bunny wider. So that's where I came up with this. Same shape. I wanted to keep the shape. I love this little tail in the back. I wanted to keep the same shape, but I just needed him wider. So then I came up with this little egg. I do need to work on like how I'm going to attach it. Right now I just have made this hinge that I sewed together here in the back. But my new bunny fits really nicely in there. And then I just can shut this top. And again, the egg shape isn't perfect, but it looks so much better than the first one. Okay, I'm sitting in my bed. Can you tell? All right, so I've also decided this was going to be my next pattern that I released, my love bug, and I still want to release this pattern. I still really love this pattern. However, because it's already, what is today? I don't know, the 10th, the 11th? Valentine's Day, I think, is on Friday. And so there's no way this isn't even in testers yet. I haven't even finished the pattern. I don't want to release it at the end of the month because it feels like really weirdly late to release, like, this looks like a Valentine's Day pattern. So I think I'm gonna wait and release this more like maybe towards Mother's Day, to make it more of like a springy Mother's Day pattern rather than a Valentine's pattern, just because it's just too late. I should have reordered all my pattern releases differently. But that's just not, I did not think that far out and ahead, which is not surprising. So this guy probably is not going to come for another month or two. I think before I release Love Bug, I am going to try to make and release the pattern for my little hatching Easter bunny. So this pattern is going to, I haven't even started. I just finished the egg counts last night, and I still need to adjust the hinge back here, but that is coming for an Easter pattern. That'll be my next pattern to release. What else? Oh, I finished this guy that I was crocheting yesterday, and he kind of looks like a pug. But he's like supposed to be kind of like a little fuzzy Highland cow. I did my little loops that I have a tutorial for to make the hair, and he's turned out really cute, but I still think he looks like a pug with horns and hair. Also, I sold this guy, and I need to make another one just like this for one of my former students, so that's really fun. I need to make that order. Okay, it's 8:30 and William is still sleeping. He's usually up like an hour and a half ago. What is happening? All right, Rosie and I are at Walmart shopping for some replacement yarn, something that I've already picked up. My go-to white that I always use is the Mainstays Cozy Chenille yarn in white. I've gone through so many of these rolls, and I also use their light gray color, which is just gray. Gray and white. That's about as basic as you can get. I do think next time, because these are cheaper than Bernat, I might try this one in let's see if this one's just called pink. Let's see, light pink, basic. I might use this for my pigs when I run out of the Bernat, just because it's a couple dollars cheaper than the Bernat yarn. This is a really pretty color too. I just don't know. I was excited because this is the first time I've seen a tweeds color here. I haven't actually seen this tweeds color before. This is in sea tweed. Okay, how cute is that? Sea tweed, like seaweed. Here's another color that I absolutely love, and I want to buy it every time I see it, but I just don't know what I would use it for. Unless I did like turtle shells, that would be a cool turtle shells color. But we also got some of this, which is Bernat blanket in beach foam. So we got that to make some more bunnies with, and then I'll use the gray and baby sand colors too. But yeah, so this is kind of our local selection. What do you think, Rosie? Do you want to give us a little message? What is your favorite color of yarn over here?
That one.
You like that one? That is pretty. What's that one called? It is called Raspberry Kisses. That's a cute name. We did pick up another skein of the teal. I use this all the time, light teal, and of the lilac. What's that one? baby lilac. I get that one all the time. I wish I could find the light blue that I used for my robin's eggs. I thought it was in light teal, but it's definitely a lighter color, so I'm not sure. That's pretty too. All right. Hi guys, it is finally Friday again, and I am going to be uploading this video today. So let me show you the overview of these bunnies that I kind of finished last night and this morning. So I'll insert that clip here. It is Friday, and I have been diligently working on my bunnies. I've also added, I think, a little chick that will fit in the egg. Or this is my first go around on the pattern. He doesn't have a tail, but he does follow the same height as the rabbit, so he should fit in here. Maybe he's a little too fat. I do think I need to move up his wings one round so that they're a little bit higher, so they're not in the lower part of the egg. They'll be kind of in the middle where it closes. Anyway, I'm working on him. Again, this pattern is probably going to come out before my love bug pattern, but I do want to release both of them. By the way, when I'm filming, this is so much harsher than what I'm looking at, like with my actual eyes. I don't know what it is about my camera, but it like makes it really like, it's like high exposure contrast or something. I was just gonna kind of give you a preview for next week. So I got selected to be a pattern tester for a girl who tested out my very first pattern, my market mouse, that is a free pattern on my Instagram. It was one of my testers for that mouse messaged me about testing a pattern for her. It's a little birdhouse with a little finch, and it looks super cute. So I'm going to be testing that pattern over the weekend, so I'll have that in next week's video. And I think I might have found a market for mid-April, and I still need to hear back from I messaged both the vendor place and the event coordinator and have not heard back from them, so I'm not sure. I don't know. It might not be legit. But if I do hear back from them, the next video will also be me market prepping and maybe also pattern designing and getting this ready. These are more Eastery, so I don't feel as rushed to like have to get it done here within the next week. I have a little bit more time to work on it and then not get burnt out making patterns. The love bug pattern I am planning on releasing, but just not this month. Yeah, just be on the lookout for that. Follow me on my Instagram. I also released my PatChick today, so if you want to know how to make one of these guys, and I think, well, not everyone has a perfectly punny name like Patrick to PatChick, but it would be fun for these to be made in other athletes. One of my testers for my PatChicks made a PatChick version of Morgan Wallen. It's hilarious. I'll try to attach a little picture up here. And she also made one for Caitlin Clark, and I thought it was so funny. Anyway, if you're watching, hi Tracy. But yeah, I will be keeping you guys up to date on the progress on all of that, and I will see you next week. Thanks.